What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're in a 2020 Chevrolet Traverse, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing rear brakes on this, maybe fronts, don't know yet. We need to look at them and see, but brakes on the back are grinding pretty bad, and so we're going to be doing this. I got the Autel hooked up, and what you're going to have to do once you go through all your stuff, this is put in service mode. We're going to go to that brake module. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to go to retract them. Okay, once it is all the way and it stops, you should see the parking brake flashing. It should come up with a message saying parking brake released. And now you can do this. You can just turn your ignition switch off, and it's going to continue to flash until it like shuts down all the way. Then you can leave this hooked up, and we should be able to go out and start pulling the tires and wheels and stuff and start doing the brake job. All right, everybody, we'll get the tires off now, and what we're going to do this is first I'm going to actually pull this little T30 right here on the front. They use that just to hold the rotor in. Use a T30. If you got a little impact driver, that does help out a lot, just because whenever you are taking a lot of this stuff off, it can get a little easier with impact drivers and impacts and stuff. If you don't have one, it's not the end of the world. Get your pry bar, put your 2 lug nuts on there, put it in between them, and then do it that way, because if you got it up in the air, it's going to want to spin on you. So just keep that in mind. And to do this job, you basically need a 14, not a 10, a 17. I don't know why I keep wanting to say 10. What I'm doing right here is pulling the wiring harness pieces off. It's like little Christmas tree fittings. Oh, that one's in there. The other side wasn't that tight, but there are 3 of them. There's 2 on the sides and 1 on top. And then there's a little piece that goes into the stud that is on one of the control arms. And then whenever you get ready before you pull this off, what you need to do is there is a connector on the bottom. You need to pull that off. There's a safety clip on it, and the other side was really tight. All right, we got that one, I believe. Oh God, just didn't want to get my finger like I did on the other side either, though. All right, we got it this far. Now, next step, 14 millimeter, and you take the 2 caliper bracket bolts off, or 2 caliper mounting bolts, I should say, not bracket. Let me get my 14. I moved the microphone just because I feel like it was rubbing on my shirt and neck a little more than I liked it to. So we moved it, put a hat on just to make it easier and to clip something. And these should not be super tight, as they only torque to 30 pound-feet, foot-pounds, however you want to say it, people. I've had people say, oh, it's pound-feet. Some people say, oh, it's foot-pounds. You know, however you're comfortable saying it. I know it's normally like written as pound-feet, but most of the time it's said foot-pounds. All right, so these have never been changed before. You see just how tight they are. On the factory ones, they put like this glue stuff on this backing pad up here. The other side was super tight to get off. And I'm going to have to use a screwdriver. If I can find my screwdriver. There he is. I had to use a screwdriver on that side as well. This one's even tighter. Wow. Yeah, the other side wasn't this tight. Oh, God. You can hear the glue on it. And just like the other side, it pulled the little cover piece off. And make sure I'm showing y'all. I'll zoom y'all in. So right here, this cover piece is stuck to that. See if I can get it to pry off. Oh, God. Oh. God, that one is on there. I think this is the one that got all the noise. All right. See that? It's got like glue on it. And looking at these, you may be like, oh, these are screw-in pistons. No, they're only press-ins. You just press them in. No special tool really needed. So the other side was halfway decent on pads. This one, that is the front. The back one is what was making all the noise. Oh, look at that. It has started to get into the metal. We know that rotor is toast. And that's why we always quote rotors. Check your sliders. Sometimes they just need to be moved a little bit to get that fluid working or grease working a little bit. But next, get your 18. I think I might have said 17 to begin with. It is an 18. That was my fault. These torque to 78. Oh, I always do the lower ones first before I do the upper ones, but I do break them both loose before I take one all the way out so the caliper bracket isn't like slapping around. Also, like a little 1-inch extension with a 3/8 would probably get this off no problem, but I just like to use the longer 1/2 inch just so giving myself leverage. These do have thread locker on it. This has the yellow. We will clean that off. Now let's see what the back of this rotor looks like. Oh, yeah. I mean, nowhere near the worst I've ever seen, but definitely not good. She was definitely eating into that rotor. Now what we're going to do is not try to get attacked by a squirrel, because there's one about to come in my shop. If he comes in here, he's more than welcome. But get your hardware. I don't know how well it's coming. Pop them out. These don't look too bad, but I still like to go over them with a wire brush just to clean them up. Like this right here, that's just surface rust, nothing on that. I'm gonna check his wheel bearing. Check the other one too. It felt good, but while you got them off, I mean, this is the perfect time to do wheel bearings if they are bad, just because you got all this off and no need to do it twice. These rotors have multiple mounting, like hold down bolt locations, which is pretty nice. These only torque to 80 inch-pounds, I believe, like 9 Newton meters. So don't go crazy on them and like hammer down on them, because you will strip that out. And getting them out isn't really that hard, because how I normally do it, if they do strip, I will say that now, I should have said it whenever I was pulling out. If they do strip, just get you a drill bit, just drill the head of the bolt off. Once it comes off, you can pull the rotor off of it too. And then normally the rest of it will just thread out, because all tension is loose on it. And they're not really like super tight anyway, so you should just be able to thread them out after you drill the head of them off. As far as part number, this is a Durlast Gold 72077DL. Pads, where are my pods? Pads, like I said, these are Durlast Golds too. They're DG1877s. When they come, you're going to have this one with no squiller, that one with a squiller. Squiller goes on the inside. That's the way I took them off. That's the way I'm going to put them back on. If you want to do it the other way, hey, it's your car, you do it however you want. I always put squillers on the inside. It's the way I was taught. That's the way I always do. I'm going to put a little bit of brake grease. I use this Permatex ceramic. Not a sponsor, just it works great. Never had any issues with it. I cleaned up the bolts and we put blue thread locker on there. You can use blue, you can use orange, you can use the yellow. They make, I think, like a pink as well. I typically keep red, orange, and blue. I don't really keep the yellow or any of that type of stuff, just because the orange is like high strength removable. Blue is medium strength removable. Red is if you don't want it to go anywhere. Yellow is kind of like, I think yellow they use a lot on brakes, because I think it's a little bit higher temperature resistant too, just because brakes do get so hot. Tighten these down a little bit. Just till they bottom out. Just add a little bit to it. And then we'll go back with the torque wrench and torque it down.
Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
Alright, so the last little bit of the installation got cut out. I kind of go over what it did. I got a cheap mic that I was trying out, and it is really cheap and it does not work great. I'm just gonna let y'all know that. If y'all create or something, y'all got a link or affiliate link or something to a good mic that y'all use, like a DJI, I think it is, and then a Rode that would possibly work with phones and video cameras would be preferable, just due to the fact that I do use a phone and I use a camera, both the film stuff, so that's kind of how I do things. Sometimes it helps out because the phone can get in places that a camera can't. But yeah, like I said, if y'all got something, let me know. Throw up a link or something, I'll check it out. But again, the last little bit cut out, I want to kind of go over what I did. I put a little bit of brake grease on the pad faces themselves where it makes contact with the caliper. Then I put the compression tool on the caliper. I use a little screw in. These are press ends. They are not screw ins, people. Do not try to screw them in. If you do, you will break these calipers. So do not try to screw them in. Make sure that the notches are about where they are. Normally they line up right over where the GM sign is on the caliper. That's about where they typically line up. So try to keep them there and then just press them in. Try not to use C-clamp because you can bust the plastic housing on the back and you'll still have to go get another piston or caliper. And these calipers are not cheap. So I did that, then put it on and torqued them down. Torque spec is 30, and that's not a lot. Most of them on the rears are 30 to 40 foot-pounds. Fronts, not much difference. I mean, unless you're on like heavy duty trucks and stuff or big four drives or something like that, then they're a little bit more, but typically 30 to 40 foot-pounds is about normal for a brake caliper to be torqued down. Again, if you want to put thread locker on it, go ahead. It's your car. I typically don't put it on there unless it says so in service data, or if it looks like it was factory or still factory parts and it had it on there, then I'll do it if it doesn't say anything in service data. That's about the only time I do. But I lost all that audio footage, so I'm just kind of going over what I did. But we're in the car now, and you can see that the brake light is flashing. The way we want to put them back is we're going to go to extend. Turn ignition on. We got that. Okay, then you just apply. You should see your lights flashing. And it says parking brake is released. All right. Now you can escape out of this. Escape. We're going to turn the ignition off. We're going to hit the brakes a couple times. Make sure they feel good. Make sure there's no lights on the dash. Everything seems good. And then you can go over here and you can apply your brake and everything a couple times and make sure everything feels good on it. You want to just make sure everything is good. You don't want to go take off and it be locked up or something. So like I said, move everything. Parking brake is set. Oh, you gotta step on the brake. Forgot about it. All right, parking brake is released. I'm gonna do it a couple times. All right, just wanted to make sure. I did check the fronts. The fronts looked good. They still had probably close to half a pad left on here, and so they didn't need any replacement or anything. I think just something weird happened with that driver's side, and that is what caused it to look like that. So, but this is job complete. Is probably, I know I shouldn't say this. This is my favorite customer. I absolutely love this guy. He was my very first customer. He has got me more business than anybody else, hands down. But great guy too. I've known him for over 10 years now, and it's crazy. So he is a great customer, and he takes extremely good care of his car. I mean, as you can tell, this is a 2020, and he puts miles on his car. It has 139,000 miles on a 2020. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's 6 years. Yeah, 6 years, but I mean, I know people who have 2015 with less miles in this area. So he does drive his car a good bit, and this isn't his only car. He's got like 3 or 4 cars he can drive, and he drives them rotationally. So if that tells you anything. But he does take good care of his cars and everything. So I go pick it up and bring it back to him every time, just because I try to help out my customers and I do a lot of mobile. But like I said, it's job complete. If y'all got any questions, comments, concerns, if you have anything pertaining to releasing it and stuff, I know there is a manual mode. I do not know what it is. I will, if you ask about it, I can send you a link to videos to help you get to that. I use my scanner. It does help me. If I have the tools, I'm going to use them. I mean, why go around it the hard way if you can do it the easy way? I mean, I hate to say that, and I'm not trying to like be mean or conceited or anything about it, but I mean, mechanics pay good money for their tools. Like this scanner, when I bought it, hadn't been out long. This is the Maxxis Ultra. Hadn't been out long. I paid $5,500 for that scanner, and to make my money back off of it, I need to be using it. And I do. I use it on just about every car. I always scan a car, and I always check everything out on a car whenever I'm doing something. That's just how I do things. But like I said, I'm not saying none of that to like gloat or any of that other stuff. It's just to make my money back off my tools, I need to use them. And me taking the time to have to go look to see what service manual mode says to do it manually sometimes doesn't work. Now if I need to use it, I will use it to do it manually, because there's some cars that this will actually not do still, and I have to update it every year. I know I'm rambling on, and I'm sorry about that, but if, like I said, if y'all do need that, I will go look it up for you and submit videos for y'all if y'all want to see that. So let me know. But again, if y'all got something that helps people out, let us know too, because it doesn't just benefits me, it benefits like everybody who watches these videos. And I want to say thank y'all to everybody, because we are literally at the 10,000 mark, and I never thought I would just make it as far, just putting up videos on how to work on cars. And it means a lot. And the giveaway video should be up by now too. Go check it out. If it's up, I'll throw a link in the description talking about it. I didn't really film the giveaway, but I did do a video showing what I did for it and pictures and stuff. But again, thank y'all to everybody who helps, supports, and all that stuff. And y'all remember, torque this tight. Y'all have a great day.